All right, so let me ask you a pretty simple question. When a lead doesn't turn to appointment, who's the one that usually gets the blame? Well, from my experience, most of the time it's the marketing. You'll say, bad leads, low intent, wrong demographic, but I'm gonna say something that may sting just a little, because in most cases, it's not the lead that's the problem, it's actually the way that your call center is handling them. And today, I'm gonna break down exactly how that happens, plus how to fix it. So if your company relies on phone appointments to close deals, then your call center is going to be the engine room of your business. Every marketing dollar is going to flow through it, and every future job starts with that call. So when that engine isn't working properly, you don't just lose the lead, you're going to lose the entire downstream of revenue. And the scary part is most owners don't even realize it's happening. So here's what I find when I actually dig into most call centers. Many of them are tracking the wrong numbers, and what they'll tell me is, well, we're making a lot of dials, or, we're hitting our quote unquote set rate. Although that sounds good on the surface, when I ask them questions like, well, how many of those dials turn into real conversations? I usually get blank stares. Or if I ask how many qualified leads that should have set didn't, they usually have no idea. But that's actually where the revenue leaks live. So let me just give you a real life example. One of the companies I worked with had a rep who was setting 8 to 10 appointments every single day, and it looked like a top performer. But when we reviewed the data, she was also talking to way more people than everybody else and still missing 60% of the qualified leads that she spoke to. Why, you may ask? Well, it's because she didn't ask the right questions, she didn't build value, and she didn't know how to hold a conversation under pressure. So even though she set appointments fast, she left a huge trail of burned leads behind her. And this happens in tons of companies. The call center focuses on speed and not strategy. Managers are looking at total sets, but not how those sets were earned or how many they should have gotten, but didn't. And because of this, reps who are underperforming slip under the radar, and the reps who are burning the best leads are still getting rewarded. So the question is, how do we fix all this? Well, you need to start by tracking more than just dials and sets. So here's what we track, at a surface level for every rep that we work with. Attempts, so how many dials are made. Connections, how many of those people picked up. Presentations, meaning how many full pitches were actually delivered. Sets, meaning appointments that were booked. And qualified no sets, where, they should have booked, but they didn't. And that last one is a goldmine, because if somebody answered and they were qualified but they didn't book, then there's something that went wrong. And when we identify that, that's when we can actually start to coach our way to success. And that coaching part is, again, something that people frequently miss, meaning it's not a rep issue, it's actually a leadership issue. And if you as the coach don't have the visibility, then you can't train your team. And if your team doesn't know what good looks like, then you can't expect them to improve. So again, when I look at the best call centers that I've worked with, they review their funnels every single week, one-on-one with every single rep. Not to punish them, but as a way to find opportunities for them to improve together. So if you're listening to this and you think, we don't actually know where our leads are dropping off, then here's where you should start, right? What I want you to do is pick out 1 week of calls, then randomly pull 20 leads that didn't set and listen to what happened, right? You can ask yourself, were they unqualified? Did the rep freeze up? Did they actually build value, or did they just kind of rush to the pitch? And the chances are you'll start to see a pattern fast. And once you see this pattern, then of course you can coach it. So look, your marketing more than likely isn't the problem. Your sales team probably isn't the issue, because if your call center is burning through qualified leads, then none of the above matters. Because the money isn't in just generating more leads, it's in recovering the ones that you've already paid for, right? And if you fix your call handling, you track the full funnel, and you coach the gaps, then you'll close more deals without having to spend a penny more on advertising, right? And if this helped, then give us a like, hit subscribe. I drop new breakdowns every week that will help you to turn your kind of back-end chaos into revenue, and I'll see you in the next one.